you so hung up on what Tucker Carlson said? Didn't he just say there's no 1948 Israel in the Bible? Well, in short, yes, but this is actually a major attack on a lot of predominant Christian churches, and in order to recognize that, we'll have to first go through what Calvinism is. Calvinism is preached by the Baptist Church, the Dutch Reformed Church, the Pentecostal Church, and the regular Reformed Church. It has 5 simple points. The TULIP, total depravity, which is found in Romans chapter 1. The idea that you've been given over to sin if you haven't been given over to the will of God, and that in your default state you want nothing to do with that God fella that has so many rules. Unconditional election is the idea that you didn't do anything specific or special, and God didn't see you doing anything specific or special or know anything about you to decide to give you salvation, that you're not special. Limited atonement is the idea that Christ died and will receive the fullness of his reward for those he died for, that God is sovereign and that he knows who he's going to save, and that just like how Ephesians tells us that before he laid the foundations of the earth, he elected the saints. That's everybody. That he would receive all of those people except for Judas, the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. That grace is irresistible, and that you can't say no to it. That God is sovereign and that he saves who he wants to save, and that it's not up to you. Perseverance of the saints is the idea that when we were God's enemies, he sent Jesus to die for us on the cross. And that if you could lose your salvation, you would. That's what a lot of pastors like to sum it up as. So, why is Calvinism something that's being attacked by what Tucker Carlson's being said? Well, Calvinism has dispensationalism, but it doesn't have full dispensationalism. Instead, Calvinism has 4 Israels in the Bible that are distinct. And so it's what we call leaky dispensationalism, because dispensationalism is heretical. There are some holes in the boat, but we don't agree with New Covenant theology either, which is what Tucker represents as a part of the Presbyterian Church. And he's created quite a storm here where he's convinced people that the normal understanding of the Bible is that 1948 Israel is not predicted. And so in this next part here, we'll be going into some other slides, and we'll be looking at why it is that some Calvinists are somewhat dispensationalist and believe that 1948 Israel is in the Bible, and why I think that's a reasonable position to hold and should be something that shouldn't be fringe or marginalized. So we'll be moving on to that, but I appreciate you joining me in this video in what I'm calling Chapter 2 of Ted Cruz versus Tucker Carlson. Now, I can't edit, and my arm is getting tired, so we'll have another video for you in just a second here. Please bear with us, and thank you for your time. How do I turn this thing off?